Okay. Live? Okay. First of all, thank you for coming to this podcast. हामी चाहिँ episode 6 भइसकेको छ. Let's talk
Thank you.
कुरा भन्ने NSS podcastमा कति पछि हामीले फेरि स्टार्ट गर्न लागेको छौँ podcast. So today हामीसँग चाहिँ श्रद्धा कक्षापति, Dr. श्रद्धा कक्षापति हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो माझमा. She is a pharmacist by training or by career, and then also serving as vice president in Nepal Seattle Hiking Community. And she's also a mom of one. Sweet kid. Ani Aru? Am I missing anything?
I think they know I'm a pharmacist as a profession. Ani our passion भनेको चाहिँ मेरो hiking हो. So I'm involved with the Nepal Seattle Hiking Community since 2016. Just year 2021 मा चाहिँ हाम्रो from a community we turned into a non-profit. So non-profit भएपछि like सबैलाई अब title दिनु परिहाल्यो. So I've been working as a vice president. It's a new role for me. अनि अर्को चाहिँ long term lifelong goal भनेको चाहिँ अब I'm a mom of a kid, a boy. His name is Shrey.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us in this podcast. I think it's very influential to have women leaders like you, especially in this like platform. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. NSS CDC team for giving me an opportunity to talk about few things that I know.
सुरु गरौँ है त? हुन्छ. So my first question that I was very interested in learning about is like, you know, your journey. कसरी यहाँसम्म आउनुभयो, especially Seattle-मा, कसरी like family settle भयो तपाईको. Why did you choose pharmacist as a career? Like, tell me a little bit about your journey.
I think like my journey is very similar to a lot of Nepali immigrant family ko journey जस्तै हो. So I think मेरो मम्मी पहिलेदेखि सियाटलमा बस्नुहुन्थ्यो. So हामीले ग्रीन कार्डको थ्रु चाहिँ अनि हामी यता आयौँ. So I think I chose pharmacy. It was not a choice. It was just what was in front of me. म चाहिँ इन्डियामा पढिरहेको थिएँ US आउनुभन्दा अगाडि. And I was doing a Bachelor of Pharmacy that time. And त्यसपछि अनि you know green card भयो अनि अब आउनु पर्छ भन्नुभयो. So I came without knowing anything के हुन्छ यहाँ कस्तो छ. I just thought कि यहाँ पनि Bachelor of Pharmacy हुन्छ होला अनि अब त्यहाँको क्रेडिट यहाँ ट्रान्सफर हुन्छ अनि त्यसपछि अनि ग्रेजुएट गरिन्छ. Just normal हुन्छ नि credential transfer हुन्छ लागिरहेको थियो. But when I came here 2006 को डिसेम्बरमा, so around this time I came, I realized that US मा चाहिँ Bachelor of Pharmacy चाहिँ नहुने रहेछ. So pharmacy is also considered as just like a professional degree like medical doctor, dentistry. So they have like a PharmD, which is the doctorate of pharmacy, which is not equivalent to Bachelor of Pharmacy. So जब म यहाँ आएँ, I realized कि मैले बम्बेमा पढेको like 3.5 years को चाहिँ केही काम लागेन. I couldn't transfer anything. The only option I had is either to like start on like a new career or maybe just restart all over again. And since I was already working in pharmacy, I just decided to continue doing pharmacy. So मैले कुनै यस्तो त्यो motive या passion के पनि थिएन because I was already comfortable doing, you know, chemistry, and also I just thought I would just carry on. So I started from scratch. हुन्छ नि फेरि +2 जस्तै गरेर I was with like the you know, like high school kids. And I did my Associate of Science in North Seattle Community College. And I wanted to like finish my course. किनकि मलाई कस्तो लाग्थ्यो भने मेरो like 3.5 years चाहिँ बेकार गयो. I need to catch up जस्तो लाग्थ्यो मलाई हैन किनकि नेपालमा चाहिँ अब 23-24 years भनेको चाहिँ already bachelor सकेर मास्टर्स गर्ने बेला भइसकेको थियो. जब कि like I was just freshly like getting out of like +2 जस्तो भइसकेको थियो. So I just did my +2 like 2 years of Associate of Science. I was taking like 25 credits. I was working like 3 jobs. And then I was hustling really hard that time. So I finished my Associate of Science, and at the same time I also applied for a PharmD program. And I didn't have any coach, any mentor. I just did what I knew or what I could do. And I was also very shy, and I was also very shy or coy to ask for help, counseling. So I did what I think I could do. Luckily, I got accepted into 2 different schools, and then I chose the one in Texas because I liked the city and the ambience and all. So I went to Texas, did my 4 years of college. But I knew deep down, okay, I have to come back one day. I love Seattle. This is where my family is, where my roots are. So when I finished my degree, I just came back and I started working as a pharmacist, as a community pharmacist. And I spent about 8 years. I've been working as a community pharmacist.
That's a great experience, eh?
I know.
I think so many of us can relate to area ma चाहिँ जस्तै हुन्छ नि transfer नहुने and you think like you're kind of like taking or wasting your time or something. But like eventually you kind of, I think it was easier for you a little bit because you already like read
exactly,
all of that.
yeah. I think like पढ्न सजिलो भयो किनकि मसँग already त्यो basic knowledgeहरू organic chemistryहरूको basic knowledge पहिलेदेखि थियो. But when I go back, I wish that here चाहिँ I wish the community had some kind of like like a mentoring किनकि यहाँको कलेजहरुसँग mentoring छ हैन. People who have been to high school here or even like AP classes, they are help here. But like coming back from like a international student or as a first generation immigrant, like we don't know where to like seek help. So I wish like the Nepali community should have some like counseling to give those like kids बाटो देखाइदिनको लागि हुन्छ नि.
Exactly.
I think that's such a crucial stage of our life and that we decide के हाम्रो लाइफमा के गर्ने भनेर हैन. So the thing is, I wish if I had that some kind of mentor or guide, I think अलिक सजिलो हुन्थ्यो होला त्यो whole process हुन्छ नि. अलि मलाई चाहिँ it's just all about giving information हुन्छ नि. So लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ.
Yeah, त्यही त.
Yeah.
So why did you choose like community pharmacist? You could have gone to like any like field.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my husband thinks like I'm a little crazy. But I love serving in a community. I love that I'm like invited in front of a community to help people out. And a community pharmacy is such it's accessible place to help our community. Like we meet people every day. We meet people of all different kinds. And we also build that personal connections. And there's like, I think actually the main reason say it's definitely hard, garo professional as a community pharmacist. So you get like so much like instant gratification that you do not get in other profession. Like you know that you have directly impacted someone's life in a big way by playing a small role. So I think this instant gratification, say, I don't think is easy to get in any other field.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Speaking of like serving your community, you're also serving as vice president for Nepal Seattle Hiking Community. Tell us a little bit more about Nepal Seattle Hiking Community's like objectives and mission. What is Nepal Seattle Hiking Community about?
So I think we started in 2016. So naam bhanda चाहिँ like Nepal Seattle Hiking Community हुन्छ नि. So it doesn't sound like it's a organization, it's a community. So it started very casual. I think 11 or 12 members थियौँ. And we just thought like, we just should go hiking and we should just take our friends there भनेर सुरु भयो. And slowly like we started seeing more people that were interested to join us. हैन. अनि त्यसपछि हामीले enough for some Facebook page, and we would just like post hikes there, and more people would come and join. So like it started like growing like exponentially larger in a short amount of time. So we realized that there is actually need and there is a like interest of hiking Nepali community ma. And then so I think so far like we have organized, I would say like officially and unofficially like more than 300 hikes.
Wow.
We also do like annual events. We do like summer retreat in Mount Rainier. And we also do like a winter retreat where like we stay overnight in Mount Baker area, which gets the highest amount of snow in US.
Yeah.
So I think the main, we started as a community where people can go hike. Personally, we realized that it's not just about hike; it's more than that. It's about like developing people's like, of course, physical, but also like mental and spiritual health. Exactly. We noticed that when people go out in the mountains, they are just happy.
Yeah.
And then it's just not about like workout, but also like it also kind of gives them this peace of mind, and they also feel a connection with nature. and somehow कसरी हुन्छ like हामी नेपालीहरूलाई लोको देख्दाखेरि somehow like they also feel connected to Nepal पनि किनकि Nepal is a country of mountains, right? So we feel like yes, this hiking community has a special place for Nepalese people in Nepalese community here, and we should grow more. So we started hiking, but now like we are we're getting more towards youth development, leadership, especially women leadership, and stewardship. And we're also trying to like partner with the local nonprofits here, like Mountaineers, REI, WTA, so that like we can have our own identity in Washington ko map ma. So yeah.
And I've also heard from somewhere that you have a project with I think it's a federal project. What is that project about?
Yeah, it's actually a state project.
Okay.
So you say Washington State fund gareko. So it's mainly by the state parks. So it's organized by RCO, which is the Recreational and Conservation Organization, something like that. So we actually applied this project in 2019. अनि 2019 मा चाहिँ हामीले त्यो बेला पाएनौं. Where I think like त्यो 20 जना मैले पाउनुहुन्थ्यो. 20 जनामा चाहिँ we were like 23rd or 24th. We just missed by like few points. So 2020 ma like with the grand manager, he actually approached us and he was like, hey, your project looks really good. हुन्छ नि हामीले नेपाली community ले हामी थाहा पनि थिएन नेपाली यत्रो ठुलो नेपाली community छ भनेर हैन. अनि we really like your project, you want to apply भनेर अनि भन्नुभयो. And then so we were like okay भनेर हामी apply गर्यौं हैन. अनि त्यसपछि ठ्याक्क त्यतिखेर चाहिँ अनि COVID happened. So all the fund that was supposed to be going towards the grant, they had to like redistribute for COVID purpose. अनि त्यसपछि 2021 मा हामीले फेरि apply गर्यौं. र finally 2022 को लागि चाहिँ हामीले पायौं. So we started, it's a project that we've been working for about 3 years. So your project has के भने it's called No Child Left Inside project, which means like we wanted the children to go outside. So हाम्रो project को नाम चाहिँ Himalayan Youth Outdoors Project हो, because we are from the Himalayan region. So we wanted to target the youth of Himalayan region. So हाम्रो project मा चाहिँ हामीले हाम्रो सानो committee members हरु हुनुहुन्छ, they are working very hard to make this happen. So we are hosting like different activities throughout the time, so that we can take kids outside. And also like to give those kids opportunity. जुन चाहिँ normally उनीहरु जान नसक्ने kidsहरुलाई चाहिँ we want to take them out. So we are doing like variety of activities. र हामीले अस्ति भर्खर recently like October 29th मा we did a Issaquah salmon hatchery tour, which is like the largest hatchery in Washington State. त्यहाँ चाहिँ we had a big participation of around like 75 people. I think it was more than we were expected, so we were very thrilled to see that number. So yeah, and then we just we were so happy to see the kids, and also like we noticed that during that whole event we saw like not only the kids were having fun, but even the parents were having fun. So we were seeing like people from different background, like एउटा Sherpa community को member अनि एउटा Nepal community member, they were parents, they were exchanging phone numbers. And they were kids, like they were they're finding their friend of the same age, and they were just happy. So I think our first program was very successful, and in future we are planning like different activities. January we are planning to do a snowshoe, and then rock climbing in February. March we want to take them to the Mountaineer Lodge. April is also Earth Day. Also we wanted to do some kind of like a stewardship project. अनि त्यसपछि we want to do मेमा wildflower hike. अनि हाम्रो project जुनमा सकिन्छ हैन. So जुनमा we want to end it with a camping trip. So it's going to be very exciting.
So fun.
Yeah. So yeah, we are very excited. And we through this podcast we also want to invite parents of little kids to join us. I think we love to see people that we don't know who can come to us and we can take them to the outside.
Yeah, exactly. Because I come from a community, or I come from a family who like does not believe in taking vacation or taking time off of work.
Yeah.
It's all about, especially Nepali immigrants, we do so much focus on हुन्छ नि like हाम्रो career, हाम्रो job, they should be number one. But I think it's so important to take a break and just like enjoy your surrounding and just take mental health break. I think you're doing such a good job of like having that project where हुन्छ नि not only the kids but the parents can also take a day off and just be with their kids. Okay?
Yeah,
so that's
thank
such
you.
a cool, yeah. Especially like हामी त आजकल बाहिर जाँदैनौँ है, like
हजुर।
घरको भित्रै बसेर हुन्छ, so
Yeah,
it's very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, also like with the whole years of experience, like we know where to go, in what weather हुन्छ नि अब winter लागिसक्यो हैन. So of course like there are other places that we can also go, so we can direct people to go हुन्छ नि, किनकि there are so many different options to go outside. Like Seattle बसेपछि you don't have to wait for summer to go out. You can go out any time throughout the year. But yeah, you need to have like proper resource, proper gear, and like we are here to help out. त्यसको लागि.
That is so cool. So like, so how do you feel doing this project? Like, तपाईलाई कस्तो लागिरहेछ? Like, do you feel like you're getting rewarded? Is it fulfilling your need for service? And what are like some of the अलिकति success story त भनिसक्नु भयो हैन? But why do you think you're driven to contribute to Nepal Seattle Hiking Community, I guess? And even like, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's maybe because of my upbringing. Both मेरो मम्मी र मेरो बाबा, they both were involved in social work, so I was always involved in social work. I always believed in like giving back to the community. And especially Seattle I know that there's a huge Nepali community. And not everyone has the same means and resources. Some have been staying here for many, many years. They have a stable job, good career. Some are just kind of settling down. Some people have just come here and they are just trying to figure it out. So I think like we need to like help each other to build, to be where we are. So Michael Laxmane, like I think if you have the resource and knowledge, I think you should always share. It's not about like paisa dine haina ki. You should just give your time and expertise.
Yeah.
Like I know like Nepal, Seattle, there are a lot of like educated Nepalese, educated youth who are like more than talented. But I feel like everyone is kind of like sheltered on their own circle. They are more happy over there. But I think there should be a sense of like giving back to the community. You don't have to be like board member or something, but you can just give like, hey, I'm a lawyer. अनि कुनै यस्तो के चाहियो भने I'm here to help out. So I think that's how builds a community. अनि अब I'm sure like मेरो छोरा he's नेपालमा पक्का जान्छ and he's going to be resident of here. So if I build this community stronger, it's going to eventually help him. So yeah, I think everyone, all the youth, all the professionals who have some kind of knowledge should come forward, and they should like share their expertise in small and big ways, whatever they can do.
Yeah, that is such a strong message. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pivot a little bit and ask you about COVID, because COVID was such a traumatic event for all of us, especially like as a frontline worker. Also got a different perspective. How was your COVID experience personally or professionally, and also like where do you think our Nepali community is lacking when it comes to like asking for help and stuff like that during COVID? Or what do you think like Nepali community went through during COVID that was different than other people?
Right, yeah. I think COVID was hard for everyone. I mean the whole world, we didn't know some protocol थिएन, यो भने यो हुन्छ भनेर. It was all new, so no one knew what to do. So everyone was confused and shocked, and especially with healthcare मा चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ I think all the healthcare, I think it affected them a lot, healthcare workers, because like we had this like massive like this burden to help out the community, even if you're ready or not. So in a pharmacy, definitely we had to we faced a lot of like a big workload because at some point, I don't know if you noticed, Shraddha, the doctor's office were closed. And they weren't taking any appointments unless like if you are COVID positive, then you can go in. Or even if you are diabetes, cancer patient, they were not taking anyone in. But the pharmacies were open the whole time. Like we didn't close a single day when the COVID happened. So everyone was coming to us to ask for help. कति मान्छेको yearly appointment हुन्छ, उनीहरुको त्यो appointment miss भइरहेको हुन्थ्यो. कतिको रिफिल्स हुन्थेन, कसैको डक्टर अफिसै बन्द भएको थियो. But then, they have been coming to our pharmacy for many, many years. And those people are already like 60, 65 years who need their medications, as like, it's more like a necessity. So they all were coming to us. So it was our responsibility to help them out. So we really have to kind of really like, come up with ideas where like, how to get those people those medications. Plus there was a lot of, even like healthcare worker ma pani, people where they experienced COVID. And that time COVID was considered as highly contagious. So if one person get COVID, the whole pharmacy is shut down. So we had to also like kind of work around it. So it was really hard for the heady pharmacy, nurses, doctors, plus our pharmacy. We're super stressed out. Personally, मेरो मा पनि त्यही भएको थियो. Our workload has gone to like from पहिला पनि अब workers को shortage थियो, तर अहिले चाहिँ workload भएपछि it was more chaotic at work. And plus I was pregnant that time. त्यतिखेर I was 21. त्यतिखेर म was like 7. Yeah. जब सबै shutdown भएको थियो, I was 7 months pregnant. I was like very pregnant that time. And जब pregnant हुन्छ, I don't know if you know, but your immunity is very low. So you're also like considered as high risk population पर्दैन. But then as a pharmacist, I have to be there. So it was a very scary situation. Mask लाउँथे, I just pray कि मलाई COVID नहोस् भनेर. Yeah, but luckily, nothing like that happened. But yeah, it was definitely a very scary situation for as a mom, as a pharmacist, and as also I think the last time कसरी हाम्रो community-लाई affect भएको भने थिएन. Like personally, मैले देखेको चाहिँ as a professional म के भन्न चाहन्छु भने like I see like people from like not like Nepali community किनकि मेरो धेरै patient नेपालीहरु हुनुहुन्न, तर definitely like अरु people of color चाहिँ definitely मेरो patientहरु हुनुहुन्छ. I saw that there is some kind of like shyness, a little bit of coyness, like a little bit of reluctant to ask questions. हुन्छ नि अब insurance ले pay गरेछन् भने they will just pay the full amount. You don't have to pay the full amount. There are always like so many help. You should always like ask for like मसँग यति पैसा छैन, what can you offer me भनेर हुन्छ नि. त्यो चाहिँ like यहाँको local resident, like they know their rights, so they are very vocal about it. They are very assertive. हुन्छ नि, okay, you need to help me भनेर हैन. And that's what we're supposed to help them regardless. We can go, we have to give our 100% to help them. तर like Hispanic population भयो अनि Asian populations भयो, we see that like they will be more shy. हुन्छ नि, but औषधि खादिन तर म चाहिँ क्वेशन सोध्दिन भन्ने छ हैन. And I'm pretty sure हाम्रो नेपाली community पनि त्यो shyness छ हैन. So I think we should not be shy about to get access to healthcare is our right. हुन्छ नि, regardless if you're even you're American or if you're immigrant, you should be treated equally. So I think we should always ask for help. We should always ask for our right. त्यो चाहिँ त्यो shyness चाहिँ मैले देख्छु र अनि I'm pretty sure like clinic मा या अरु care मा पनि त्यो kind of त्यो lack of confidence देख्छु हैन. So my request के छ भने don't be shy. हुन्छ नि, this is your right. Ask for it. And if you ask, they will provide. If you don't ask, they will not provide.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think हाम्रो culturally नै त्यस्तो बनाउँछ नि, like अलिक गरी हुन्छ नि. And we don't try to take space. I think that's what I've seen too. So that's a good point to like call out. So what do you think like we can do as of right now to like prevent from the next pandemic, or like how can we be proactive for like our health, and like because health is wealth, at the end of the day. So what do you think like our community should do to like be more prepared?
So right now we are still fighting the COVID pandemic. Of course it's not as bad as it was before. I mean, everything has opened up, but we are still in kind of pandemic. So virus, when say, there's two things you can do for virus. Either you can contain it or you can eliminate it. र अहिलेसम्म एलिमिनेट भएको भाइरस भनेको चाहिँ smallpox मात्रै हो. All the viruses are still there, but we have contained it. So the contain गर्नको लागि के चाहिन्छ? We need herd immunity, which means like almost like 60 to 70% of the population should have the herd immunity to contain it. र त्यो herd immunity पाउनको लागि either like everyone should have COVID, so like COVID भएपछि like they will have the herd immunity, or they can get vaccination. So I think to answer your question, I think if everyone get vaccinated or if they all are updated on the current vaccinations, I think that's one of the way to prevent. Ani अर्को चाहिँ definitely like health hygiene हुन्छ नि when you are going out in public places, if you are sick or if you have a cough or cold, I think it's your public duty to wear a mask. That way, or you can just stay home. That way, you are not transferring the germs to other people. Hand washing, limited social contact if you're not feeling well, and of course, vaccination.
Yeah, I think you reminded our community, especially because I've seen like cases going up, especially flu ko lagi, RSV ko lagi, and all that. So I feel like it's kind of frustrating to keep talking about it, but I think we do need to kind of like remind ourselves that it's still ongoing and it's still happening. So thank you for sharing again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
मेरो like personally intriguing questions so where do you see yourself in like 5 years or 10 years? What is your personal long-term goal? Because I can see you as a woman leader right now, but I want to learn more about what you envision for yourself.
I don't know, like I think definitely like I'm very happy with my professional place, Majatsu. I think I don't want more than that. I think I don't have enough. My plate says it's really full at this time. Plus being a mom, I need to find that balance between being a professional and also like being a parent. But yeah, I think definitely like in leadership, I'm thinking of, I really want to like mark हाम्रो Nepali community Washington ko map ma चाहिँ through this hiking community, like we're talking to other organizations, especially outdoors we're talking about state ko representative and then mountaineers and REI. And then I think they all are. I saw that like a lot of people they love Nepal because Nepal reminds them of mountains, and we have a really good image of Nepal, यहाँको population ma. But they didn't know that there are like so many Nepalese यहाँ भनेर के उनीहरूलाई नेपाल यति धेरै नेपाली छ भनेर थाहा छैन के. So हुन्छ नि अब people know about like Indian community, हुन्छ नि Korean community, Chinese community. I wanted to play a small role to establish like Nepali community in Washington map ma. So it's my long-term goal, but it's just a little wish that that I wish people can identify like Nepali communities and they are like they are doing like great things when it is chinos
for sure.
Yeah.
I guess about almost like wrap up time in our podcast, but I wanted to ask you if there was anything else you wanted to ask us as a community to help out what your mission is, your personal mission around putting Washington on the map using your platform with Nepal Seattle Hiking Community.
I think त्यो मैले अघि पनि भने जस्तो लाग्छ हैन. I think my request is to bring this, because I know there are a lot of youth out there who are highly educated and they have great profession. So I think my request for them is to just give your time to us, especially hiking community ma. You can always, if you are good in like management, we have so many like places like we can get good use. And Nepal ma say, especially Washington ma say, like there are a lot of families, so there are different generations. So as a youth, we can actually like bridge the gap between like हाम्रो older generation and हाम्रो younger generation ma. So I think my request is तपाईसँग कुनै skills या तपाईसँग if you have time, just a little bit of time, but any expertise definitely like feel free to reach out to us. Hiking community is a very inclusive community. हाम्रो goal भनेको चाहिँ सकेसम्म नयाँ मान्छेहरूले लिएर आउने, किनकि जो मान्छे अलरेडी हाइक गरिसकेको छ लाइक हुन्छ नि दे हाइकिङ अन देयर ओन अनि हाम्रो मिसन पुरा भइसक्यो. But our goal is to bring out like more people in from different backgrounds, from different culture, and then they all can like share their knowledge and definitely like to promote like youth leadership And to also apply for like a future grants. Future grant ko lagi we need people who are good at good at like making, applying, and we need all that intellectual knowledge. So if you just want to go hike with us, then definitely we are welcome to come and join us.
So main way we can get involved is via Facebook or website or कसरी, like how do we contact you?
Yeah, हाम्रो वेबसाइट चाहिँ अहिले कन्स्ट्रक्सन भइरहेको छ. सो अहिलेको हाम्रो मेन कन्ट्याक्ट पोइन्ट भनेको चाहिँ हाम्रो फेसबुक पेज हो. Or we can also email to Nepal Seattle Hiking Community at gmail.com.
Okay, so I'll make sure to write that in the caption or something.
Thank you.
So I think this is the end. And thank you again for sharing your personal journey about your good work that you're doing for the community. I think it's very inspiring. I'm very inspired. So thank you again.
Thank you, Shraddha. It was a pleasure being here.